Welcome to a new video by You Know It Rider Infusion, here to hopefully infuse you guys with some good content with another video. All right, let's get right to the point. Motorcycle lane positioning, clearing up the confusion. Now, a little context about myself in terms of my experience and how long I've been on two-wheeled machines. I have been riding streets for the last 12 years. And I don't mean that I ride once a month or once in a while. This is a 2024 BMW S1000R, and it's got, I think, about 12,000 miles. Yeah, 11,498 miles, almost 12,000 miles in a very short span. And that mileage is only going to increase. Like, I ride my bikes a lot, unlike some people. So that's my background. That's where I come from. One of the most important things that I can walk away from with the amount of motorcycling experience that I have is really to never put myself in the trust of other drivers. Let me say it differently. I do not trust all the cars, all the drivers that are on the road around me. I do not trust them. Even though that car looks like it's someone that I could trust, it looks safe, I don't know if they're drunk. I don't know if they're intoxicated. I don't know if they're high on something. I don't know if they have a mental disorder, an issue. I don't know if they're mad, angry, whatever it is. I never put my trust into the hands of other drivers. So that being said, I'm going to jump into the talk about where and why I position myself in a particular lane the way that I do. You could ride up close to a vehicle, be in their line of sight, and have that person still freaking run you over. So rule number one, the first thing you got to remember, first thing you got to do is, first of all, don't ride next to other cars. Always try to be in a staggered position, that if that car does happen to change lanes, it's not going to go right into you. And change your position as you're riding through traffic. Right now, there's no one to the right of me, so I'm sticking to the right side of my lane in case this Yukon here decides to change lanes and go right into me. Right now, I'm changing lanes. I'm keeping my distance between the cars that are to the left of me in case any one of them decides to change lanes. But notice how I'm moving. I am generally moving ever so slightly or faster than the flow of traffic to decrease my chances of being in line with another vehicle and have them change lanes into me. Now, if you're being an idiot and you're just going to drive or ride right next to a car that is to the left or to the right of you, and then they change lanes, well, I'm sorry, but you're the one that's being the idiot here. You're the one that needs to be a little bit smarter on your end and not ride next to other cars on the road in a position where you're just almost getting lost in between them. So for example, let's look at this exact scenario that I'm in right now. I have a shoulder, a good wide shoulder to the left of me. I am going faster than the flow of traffic. I will not ride up close to those cars just so I can stay in their line of sight. I don't believe in that. I'm putting distance, I'm creating distance between me and all of these cars that are to the right of me in case any one of them decides to change lanes and go into me. If they change lanes, I will have time to react and do whatever it is that I need to do to get out of that given situation and remain safe. So right now we're coming up behind the semi. We got this truck to the right. I am anticipating that he might go back into my left lane. Again, I'm just keeping my distance. Remember this, you guys, whatever you can do that would create more space between you and the cars around you, and whatever it is that you can do that would not have you trust other vehicles, other cars, do it. I do not trust people driving their cars, whether they're new drivers, whether they're old, whether they're intoxicated, whether they're distracted, whatever it is, I do not trust other drivers. So I create as much space as I can between me and them, and I am fluid. I move around. I never am stationary in my lane position. I am always moving depending on that given situation of what traffic is doing. Right now, the left lane is moving faster, so these cars to the right of me could change lanes to the left because left lane is moving faster, and that's generally where everybody wants to go. Everybody wants to go wherever traffic is moving quicker. Always continue to stay moving. Don't stay in just one position in your lane. Change and adjust your lane positioning based on what traffic is doing around you. Drive staggered, meaning like this right now. Boom, boom, boom. We're staggered. Instead of me just driving next to this truck and creating a situation in which, you know, that he could change lanes onto me, drive staggered, watch for what traffic is doing. See how traffic is slowing down on the right? I'm hugging the left side, especially the fact that the left side is open and there are no vehicles to the left of me. Now moving even more left, and I'm creating even more space with the cars that are to the right of me because the left lane is moving faster and the people to the right could be moving into my lane. Ride in such a way that everyone is a threat. Everyone could be intoxicated. Everyone could be high on something. Be cautious around them. That's what's going to protect you guys, because the more space that you create between you and other cars that are around you, the more time you're going to have to react to whatever the situation will unfold. So right now, see how I'm riding close to this truck to my right? As I near him, I would generally move away from him. So I try to keep in his line of sight for as long as I possibly can. But then when I get to the point of where I'll be in line with him, I move out of the way. Right now, there's nobody to my right, so I move out to the right side. And now I'm changing lanes, keeping a gap between the cars that are to the left of me. Again, I've got plenty of shoulder. I got plenty of space. If that car, that truck, anybody decides to change lanes on me, I'm good. Honestly, it doesn't even happen that often that people just change lanes on me. It's just, I don't know, over the course of like 12 years, I probably only need one hand to count up all the instances on where people just change lanes into my lane without seeing me. And it's never been a big deal because I have the space. I don't care. I don't care if they even go into my lane. I'm not even going to freak out. I'm not going to give them the middle finger. I'm not going to cuss them out. I'm just going to continue riding safe, responsibly, and just move out of the way, whether that be speed up, slow down, swerve, whatever it is, move, and it's never a big deal. All right, so that's my take on lane positioning. There is no right lane positioning. There is the correct lane positioning for a given situation and scenario, but really there's no one right, correct lane positioning. You always have to be adjusting to what is going on around you so that you can be as safe as possible. Also, as I was coming to the stop, I was checking my mirrors, making sure that whatever that is, Saturn, I think, that Saturn SUV was actually coming to a stop as well, because I don't trust him. I don't, you know, maybe he doesn't see me. And if he's not going to stop, well, I have an exit route. I have a place that I can go to in case he doesn't stop so that I can be safe. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy this video and, you know, you learned something new. Guys, just keep your distance. Don't trust other drivers and just ride in such a way that every car, every vehicle that is around you is out there to get you, to run you over. Ride with that mentality and you'll be good. All right, guys, peace. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.